Jolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to bring a little bit more basic information for our newest players in this game, because today I want to talk about station combat. But before I do that, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when another video comes out. But now let's talk a little bit about station combat. Once you reach Ops level 15, from that point on you can attack other player stations. And you know that when you look into a system, but you will definitely know that you can see the other stations on planets like this, on housing planets that are there. And when another player attacks your station, you see that you have defense platforms on your station, depending on your level, of course, how many those are and how strong they are. And those stations are the ones that are fighting against the player that is attacking your station. But the ships that you have docked there, like you can see, one of my ships is there, and there should be a second somewhere. Yeah, those ships that are docked are fighting with your defense platforms against the attacking other player. If you have ships here that are repaired at the moment or that are upgraded, those ships will not fight along your other ships and your defense platforms. If someone attacks your station, or if you attack a station and you destroy the defenses of the station and the ships there, then you can raid resources. And on the top right you see my resources. That's Parsteel, Tritanium and Dilithium. You cannot steal gas or crystal by raiding a station. You can only steal Parsteel, Tritanium and Dilithium. And a little bit of this is defended by your vaults. I made a video about the vaults recently, and those, like the Parsteel vault here, they are protecting part of your resources you have there, and those resources that are protected by your vaults cannot be stolen. But depending on the ship the attacker is using, you can lose quite a lot, because if someone, which is the usual stuff on the later levels, uses an amalgam, the ability of the amalgam can get him a lot of resources in one attack if you have a lot. The more you have, the more he can take with an amalgam, and the amalgam ability, no matter what the usual cargo size of the amalgam is. And that's the specialty of the amalgam. I went a little bit more about this in my amalgam video. And if you have not known that yet, if you have an amalgam and do station raids, attack the station with a warship until you destroyed all the defenses, and then use the amalgam to take the resources. If you want to see a step-by-step video about raids and the attacks and so on, I already made one of those. But I just wanted to talk about some basic points here, because I know that a lot of players have started the game recently, and it's always good to just give it a little overview. If the attacker fails, of course, the ship will be destroyed and sent back to their own dry dock to repair, and you will have to repair what is there. If you get attacked, and if they damage your station or even destroy your station, if you go to this screen you're seeing right now here, you will have to repair your defense platforms as well. It will show here on the screen that you can repair it. Then you need to click, you have to pay some resources for the repair and repair them. Of course, you can prevent any attack on your ship, and you see kind of right now what's always glowing up there. That's my peace shield. Peace shields prevent ships from attacking your station. And you see my shield is up and 2 other shields here from others from my alliance are up, and one does not have a peace shield, and that's how you can see if a peace shield are up. You see on the bottom right, next to the symbol that looks like my station from above, that's the peace shield symbol. You see that there's a timer that shows how long my peace shield will run until I have to renew it. And that is something you really should keep an eye on. Because of these basic things where I don't want to forget something, I do have have some notes at these basic videos now, so I don't forget anything. Like with the officer video, I almost forgot the synergy part. If I didn't have my notes, I would have forgotten that, and so that's why I take some notes for these basic ones. Usually I just talk, in German we would say fresh from my liver, and just say what comes up to my mind out of experience. But these basic ones have some very important points I must not forget, and one of them is when you get attacked the first time on your station. I don't mean the first time in the game, but the first time, let's say at that day, then you will get an automatic 10-minute peace shield. You have 10 minutes time then to raise a proper shield before they can start raiding your base. But the same applies if you attack someone, then attack a station, then they will get a 10-minute peace shield. This only happens every 2 hours, and that was one of the most important points why I have the notes. This 10-minute peace shield doesn't work if you lose the 10-minute shield and then they attack again. No, it works every 2 hours. So if you are attacked, the 10-minute shield comes up. After the shield came down and they attack again and then they raid your station, there will be no more shield until you come online and raise it. Unless it's 2 hours, if you have a lot of stuff, and we sometimes before incursions need to raid bases on our own server so the others can't get the resources and score points with that, so we do it ourselves. And that often takes hours and hours, and every 2 hours the 10-minute peace shield comes up again. So if you're raiding someone for a long time, if you have the stamina to raid someone for 2 hours and more, then after 2 hours another 10-minute peace shield will come up, but that does not mean that he came online. So just keep an eye on the clock there. I guess for the importance of the peace shield, I should for a second show how it works. I said about the peace shield icon here. If I click it, then you see all the peace shields you have available that you can use. If you don't have any, some of them can be purchased in the Alliance store with those Alliance credits. And if you just click on one and on activate, let's say I get a warning now because I already have one, and that's the fun one which I wanted to show. You cannot activate a peace shield that is shorter than the current one you already have running. But I could activate a longer one. So if I have a 12 hours still running, I could activate a 3-day peace shield. If I'm going away for the weekend now and I still have a peace shield running, then I would activate a longer one for the whole weekend, like the 3-day one if I don't have the time to come online. And then you can do that. You just have to confirm it, but I will just cancel now. I don't need a 3-day peace shield, and this afternoon we have defense anyway. So shields are the most important part. That's why I already made a video on that's called Shield or Share, because that's the most important motto on this game. It's shield or share. If you don't shield and your base gets raided, Don't blame the attacker. They are not the bad guys. The shield is your job. And if you forget to raise the shield, it's not the other's fault that you lose resources. That's part of the game. And raising the shield and taking care that there's always a shield up as long as you need it is the easiest thing to do in this game. So don't blame the others and don't go ballistic when somebody raids your base. It's your fault. One point about station combat: when you reach level 25 and can take part in incursions, then there's one important point here that is different from the general stuff I just said. The Peace Shield will only work during incursions in systems level 19 and lower. It will not work in level 20s and higher. So if you don't want to get raided and don't want to take part in incursions, some people do, don't go to any system that's 20 plus. Your shield will automatically turn off when at incursion start, and you cannot raise it again. And it's still, the timer is still running, by the way, because if you jump your station to a 19 minus system, the Peace Shield will still be there, but it's gone as soon as you are in a level 20 plus system. So in level 19 minus systems, the shields and station combat works as normal as I described it in the beginning of the video. In level 20 plus systems, there is no 10-minute Peace Shield during incursions. So if you are in a level 20 plus system, someone attacks your station, they can immediately continue attacking the station because this 10-minute Peace Shield will not come up. And that only happens if you are in a level 19 or lower system and forgot to shield, or just are raiding at the moment yourself, your station gets attacked, then you get a 10-minute Peace Shield as usual, and that every 2 hours. So if you're attacked 5 times in between because you raised the shield again and then attacked another station, so your shield is down again, if then another one attacks your station, no 10-minute Peace Shield if it's within 2 hours. Always keep that in mind. But with this, as I said, I wanted to give a really basic introduction into station combat. And if you want the more complicated one, I have a video on base raids already and on incursions and so on. But this was supposed to be just a very basic introduction for our newest players. Of course, you can add things about station combat if you like. I didn't include the officers here because when I talk about the single officers, I do tell you which are good for defending the station, for example, or attacking stations. So I left this out of this basic video because that's part of the officers. But you still can add something in the comments about station combat. And of course, as usual, if you have questions in general or video requests, you know I'm regularly reading your comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.